Hey, what's going on everyone on YouTube? I hope y'all are doing well today. I am back with another video. Today we are going to be doing an updated PlayStation 4 collection. My PlayStation 4 collection has grown bigger than before. I'm not quite sure how many games I have here. I think I have around 70 titles. Don't quote me on that, but you can count it if you want in this video. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started on this PS4 collection right away. I'm not going to waste a lot of your time talking. I'm going to get straight to it and show you what I have here. At the top of this pile, there's three piles laid out here. At the top of this pile we have MLB The Show 2015. Never played it. I'm not into baseball games. These were part of a lot. There was like 10 games in the lot. There were 3 sports games in here, so I had to accept the lot. You know what I mean? But I am trying to sell these because I'm not interested in these titles. NBA 2K 2019 or 2K19. And Madden NFL 2018. Next up we have is Dying Light. This is a pretty good survival horror game overall. It does have a lot of parkour elements that you gotta get used to in the gameplay. You know, and it took me a while to get used to that because most zombie games you don't have to do parkour stuff in games. But this one you do have to do parkour elements and stuff in the games to progress in the game. You also get melee combat, weapons and things like that. A piece of wood with a nail on it. That's the weapon you start out with. That weapon sucks. It's crap. But once you start getting like a lead pipe and things like that, then it gets a bit easier to defend yourself. And you do later on get guns, AK-47s, pistols, and rifles in the game, which helps out. Makes it more of a third-person shooter with survival horror elements. But starting out in the game, you get a really crappy weapon, which really stinks if they do that to you. But your survivor is rescued by 3 people, you know, in the zombie apocalypse, although one guy gets killed, so really only 2 make it back, plus the guy that they save. You end up helping them out, because you're in like a safe spot in a building. You help them out with setting up generators and turning on the electricity to fry the zombies. The zombies are also stronger during the night than they are in the daytime. And if you get to certain areas in the game where it's nighttime, all you can really do is stay in that particular area. As long as you're in a safe spot, you're okay for the night. It doesn't take long for it to become morning there either in the game. It gets back to the daytime pretty quickly. But overall, it's a pretty good game overall, I'd say, and it's definitely worth checking out if you have a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One. It's very cheap. It's only about $10 to $15. Star Wars Battlefront. Man, what happened here? Why did they screw this game up? This game was so bad. Like, wow, they screwed this up. This came out, like, before this game came out, I thought this game would be amazing, and then it came out, I heard some bad reviews on this game. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait. It came out 2015. I was like, I'll just wait, man, and hope to God that later on this game gets better, because this game had a lot of problems, a lot of glitches and bugs, using swords and whacking enemies and it going right through them, but their swords never go through you. Just bad programming in the game, just terrible. And why did they have a bad online? It says optional, so yeah, it was online optional. You didn't necessarily have to play this online. It did have a campaign. But the online was garbage too. Like, there was a lot of problems with the online. You know, so, wow, this was a disappointing game, man. Disappointing. One of the worst PS4 games ever made. I heard the sequel, Star Wars Battlefront 2, wasn't much better either. It wasn't until they made the Fallen Order that they got back on track, because this was pretty bad. You know, you're better off playing the one from 2005 on PlayStation 2. That was a way better game. Or the sequel, Star Wars Battlefront 2 for PlayStation 2. because at least with those games, there's no glitches and bugs. There were PS2 games that made the full game, and I had to worry about none of that problems that was going on in the game like you do in this piece of crap. Uncharted 4, Thief's End. Great wrap up to the Nathan Drake collection, the games. It's a good third-person shooter game / adventure game, and it's really fun. I never beat this game. I got pretty far. I was driving on a boat, on islands, looking for stuff, looking for gold and treasure. You know, it's got a good storyline in the games, and it's fun. He plays Nathan Drake. He has somebody to help you along, Elena. But he's also had some run-ins with Chloe and her friend Nadine. And Sullivan's another friend in the game. And he has a brother that helps you out in the game as well. It's really good. I remember that level where you had to, you were swimming under the water and you had to connect the hook to this broken down ship that's in the game. Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty easy, but it took a little bit of time. Not really a big fan of water levels in games, but it wasn't a make or break for this game. I remember the prison level in the beginning when you had to beat up some of the guys, and you try to move backwards, the guy kind of pushes you forward, things like that. That's just some of the gameplay, but it is a third-person shooter overall, cover base. You do throw grenades and stuff, you know, and look for the hidden treasure. It's a good game. I like it. Got Mafia 3. Not talk about a few of the games just to save a little time. Tom Clancy's The Division. Joseph actually got this game for me. I thank him for that. I never played it though because it's online only. It requires internet. So if I could get a connection in here or a wireless router or something, I could probably play this game. But for now, I haven't played it. I've seen gameplay on it. It's a third-person shooter, and it's supposedly average. I'd say average. It's not bad, but it's not good. It's average. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I don't think I played this either because it's internet required. But Call of Duty is a pretty stale franchise now. And why do they have to be all online only now? That's stupid. They had campaigns in Call of Duty games with the Black Ops 3, I believe, or Advanced Warfare. So why are the new Call of Duty games put in internet required? It's stupid. And they're not intuitive games. And they're games that you can beat within a day. The campaigns are usually short. They don't put enough effort into Call of Duty anymore. That's why it's not worth paying $70 for a copy. Excuse me. Titanfall 2 was a pretty good first-person shooter. Very surprised by this. They put the full campaign in the game, and their online is optional. The gameplay is fun, and yeah, it's your typical military base type shooter. It's very good. I liked it. I liked the, you know, being able to drive in the robot, like get in the robot and manipulate it, move around in it. That was cool too. Not a bad game. Guardians of the Galaxy, I got this from Matthew a few years ago before he stopped selling stuff on eBay. Pretty good game overall. I liked it. I thought it was a pretty good game. Good comic book game. A lot of fun. Definitely worth checking out if you got a PS4. Rocket Raccoon does say some funny things in the game as well. At times it kind of made me chuckle. It's like, haha, he actually said that, that's funny. And Groot, I am Groot! He almost says, I am Groot! You know, Groot's a bit of a clumsy ass too. Sometimes he'll put a plug into something that's not supposed to go in there. He'll let Rocket Raccoon, and then flies around the room and the ship. That was kind of funny. Infamous Second Son, this is a good game. Ouch. This is a good game. It's a action-adventure game. Plays this guy. He gets like the speed dash in the game, and he has this power of electricity in his hands. So he gets some uh, superpowers. It's not a superhero game though, but you have superhero-like abilities in the game. And the Infamous series, in my opinion, is pretty good. I like it. I don't understand why this is not in a lot of people's top 15 or top 20 best PlayStation 4 games, because it really deserves to be in there. It's such a good game. It's such a good game series, and I really wish that they'd make another one. I've been going through playing the second Infamous game on PS3. I'm trying to get the first one. I had a copy of the first one at one point, but I sold it. Gotta get that back in my collection. But I like all of them. I think this is a good game too. I got pretty far in the game, but then I got to a point where I'm just going around the area trying to find the area I'm trying to get to, and I just couldn't find it. But it's a pretty good game. I like it. I like the the combat in the game. I like the graphics. The graphics look good. They look beautiful. Um, yeah, I like the being able to speed dash. That was pretty cool too. Really fun game. And it's cheap too. It's only $10 at GameStop. You have no excuse not to pick it up because it's one of the best games on PlayStation 4. Call of Duty Black, or Call of Duty Black Ops, sorry. This is Call of Duty Black Ops, sorry. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Got that for free, I believe. No, I actually had to pay for that at GameStop because a couple of years ago they were having a buy two get one free sale on Black Friday. So I got this Days Gone, Tales of Arise, and I got Days Gone for free. Although I wish I had gotten this for free because Call of Duty, in my opinion, is not worth buying. I only got it because I wanted a shooter game. I played through half of the campaign and then I put it down. And then this I got for free from Matthew a few years ago. He let me pick out a free game because I bought like 20 games from him. So I was like, just, if you want a free game, you can have a free game because it's my way of saying thank you for spending all this money with me. I appreciate you. So he threw in a free game. And I got this, Red Dead Redemption 2. I got a couple of games from him in the past for free because I supported him. But I haven't played much of it. But I've heard it's a decent campaign. It hurts that I'm not really a big Call of Duty fan anymore because it's rinse and repeat the same crap that it's been for the past like 20 years now. It's ridiculous. It's just military shooter, basic storyline, 4 to 8 hour campaign. Boring. Want games to be more innovative. First-person shooter games to be more interesting, more in-depth, and campaigns to be much longer, instead of giving us these washed-up, half-assed campaigns that aren't really worthwhile or long enough. Give me a second. Uncharted 4, Thief Sent. I have a duplicate of that because it was part of a lot. I'm trying to sell that game. Hasn't sold yet on eBay. Dragon Quest Heroes. I beat this game. It's very good. I like it. It's a good action RPG. That was good. It was fun. I like the characters. I like the storyline of the game. It does have a lot of talking in it because it's an RPG game, but overall it's still a very fun game. It's definitely worth checking out if you have a PS4, and it's very cheap. You can get a copy of this for $10 on eBay, or if you have a retro game store, I'm sure they're selling it for around that price still, like GameStop. Or maybe you have a game exchange in your area. I don't have a game exchange in my area. We got Mr. Deals. He's like the closest game store that I can get to that's a retro game store. Although PS4 games aren't really retro in my opinion. It's PS3 and down that's retro. But yeah, this is a pretty good game. I liked it. I thought it was good. I liked the graphics and everything. I liked the combat. It was a fun game, and I definitely recommend it if you're looking for ARPG game on the PlayStation 4 that's affordable. There's also a sequel to it, but I don't own that one. All Kinds Gone, this was a terrible game. This wasn't a very good game at all. It was basically a bad version of Metal Gear Solid. You play as Alkine in the game, you go around in stealth mode and stuff, and it relies heavily on stealth to kill bad guys. You can also steal their outfits and clothes and stuff. But you also have to hide the bodies because if the guards find it, they're going to go after you. There were parts in this game where I was stealthy as hell, but I still ended up killed. Like, what do I gotta do to be so stealthy to get past these people? It just seemed impossible at times. I also heard later on in this game it had a glitch that also made it hard for you to progress in the game. And glitches that actually caused your game to freeze, which was crazy. They did not check this game before they released it. They should have done that. If they had done that, it probably would have been a better game and not such a glitchy mess. So, this game sucks. Do not buy it. It looked good. It looked good by the cover, but I was fooled by that for $20. Come on, it ain't worth $20 for that with all those problems in the game. Pathetic. Just Cause 3, this was a good game. I like this game. It's a good third-person shooter game. It does have some flying in the game. You also drive cars in the game, some driving elements. And you can also parachute out of a helicopter, which was pretty cool. I like this game overall, and I thought it was a pretty fun game. It's one of my favorite game franchises. I don't know if they'll ever make a Just Cause 5, but it would be pretty cool to see a Just Cause 5. Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts. I had the first and the second game. Had not played a lot of it, but there's a lot of sniping involved in this game, which I wasn't a big fan of, to be honest with y'all. I prefer just going from point A to point B in first-person shooter style or third-person style mode. But this wasn't really like that. It was revolving heavily around the sniping and things in the game, which I wasn't a big fan of, Well, I don't know. I got this at Walmart with a gift card last birthday when I got like a $30 gift card to Walmart. I went to Walmart, or maybe it was $20, but I got this game when I was there. Actually, I think I used the gift card to get some movies. And then with some birthday money, I bought this and I bought the Ninja Turtle shirt on that same day. So that's how I got this. But for $20, it doesn't seem like a bad game. It does seem like something I can get into. I just wasn't a big fan of the whole sniping type of thing. Sniper Ghost Warrior, that's another series that does that a lot too. It's a first-person shooter, but there are parts in the game where it revolves heavily on the sniping. And breaks up the monotony of the game, yes, but it also makes the game a bit more frustrating, I feel. Darksiders 3. I actually bought this game from my friend Dane, but I never ended up giving it to him because he moved out of the place he was in there down in Florida. I don't know, I just never got around to giving it to him, but this is meant for him. But I guess because I haven't heard from him, it's in my collection. And a busted up case here. There's the disc, by the way. Hold on a second. There, and a little pop-up there. But anyways, I haven't played it because I haven't beaten the second game in the franchise. Beat the first game, but I haven't beaten the second one, so I haven't really played this one yet. Darksiders 2, still factory sealed. Have not played it. Gonna eventually play that. Got the first one a few months ago on PlayStation 3 and just haven't had a chance to play that one. And once I do, I'm going to get into that one, and then when I beat it, I'm going straight for this one, and then the third one. I have the third one in my collection, which I got from Matthew, aka Gimpy Ninja Games. Need for Speed Payback, got this from HubChew. Back when HubChew and I were still talking, I don't know why he decided to cut ties with me or whatever. But anyways, I got this in my collection. It's a decent game, a decent racing game. I like that it's more arcadey style. It's more my style. I don't really care for simulation racing games. Those are not my cup of tea. I prefer arcadey style games, and this is what this is. I like the customization of the cars and everything, and I like the driving and racing around the tracks. It's overall a pretty good game. I like it. Left Alive, third-person shooter game. Haven't played it yet. Watch Dogs 2, a pretty good sequel to the first game. The first game was also very good. Playing as Aiden Pierce in this game. I think that's Aiden Pierce in the sequel here. And you go around hacking into people's lives. You get to steal cars and motorcycles in the game. And it's a third-person shooter as well. So it's a pretty good game overall. It was a good sequel to the first game. I thought the first game was also pretty good. Legions, however, I heard was a disappointing game. I saw Angry Joe's review back when I was watching Angry Joe videos. I don't watch him anymore. He uses the Lord's name in vain. But I remember seeing his review for the Watch Dogs games, saying that Watch Dogs Legion was pretty bad. But I have played this one and the first game and thought they were both pretty good overall. Far Cry 5, haven't played it yet because I haven't beaten Far Cry 3. Still on Far Cry 3. I know I'm behind. Gotta play through that one, then get to 4, and then 5, and then 6. Here's Far Cry 4. I also have that in my collection as well. Wanted to get them in order. Wanted to get all of them. So that way I could play them in order. You know, it makes the most sense. Instead of jumping from the first game to the fourth game, back to the third game, second game, fifth game, sixth game, and so on and so forth. It just doesn't make sense. It's better to go in order. Oh, I have another copy of The Division. 2 copies. Contra Rogue Ops. My friend Joseph got this game for me. Haven't had a chance to play it yet. Monarch. This was another game I got from Joseph. Originally I got Borderlands, but I brought it back to GameStop because I had already had Borderlands in my collection, put on Xbox 360, so I didn't really need the PlayStation 4 version. Even though I knew there were some upgrades on the PlayStation 4 version, I just didn't really need it. So I took it back and I ended up picking out a different game, and this was the game that I picked out. I actually got it for the same price because it was a $20 game, Borderlands, and this was also a $20 game as well, so I didn't owe the guy any money, so it's nice. It's a strategy, turn-based RPG with a storyline in it. It's not bad, but a lot of grinding, gotta say that. And it's perfect if you like anime-style characters in the game as well. Ni no Kuni 2, Withering Kingdom. Glad to have this in my collection. What a big surprise this was. I remember when Upchu sent this game to me. He sent this and Super Smash Bros. On the 3DS and one other game in the mail for me, which was very nice. I'm glad to have it in my collection. Just haven't gotten around to play it yet, but I look forward to eventually getting into it and playing it. I've been playing my PS5 a bit, but it just seemed like, as of lately, PS5 and PS4 I've kind of put that on my back burner because I've been playing more Nintendo Switch and my older games, like NES and Super Nintendo stuff, Sega Genesis, you know, original Xbox, things like that. Shadow of Mordor, pretty good game, good hack and slash action game, really fun. Fade to Silence, underrated game. It's like a sci-fi action game. You get a level up type of thing going on. monsters that you have to kill in the game. It's definitely an underrated game on the PlayStation 4 that I don't think very many people are talking about. I mentioned this in my top 15 best PlayStation 4 games for a reason, because I do think that this game is underrated and not highly or widely regarded or highly talked about. It's good. Definitely worth checking out if you have a PS4. Doom Eternal, I got this off of that a few years ago. I played a little bit of it, but I've been working on the first game. I like to go in order, but it is just as good as the first game. What's also nice is it gives you the first and second game that were originally on the PC on your PlayStation 4 for download, I believe. So you get a lot of bang for your buck. Really good game, good first-person shooter game that can't be overlooked for the PlayStation 4, and it's definitely worth checking out if you have a PlayStation 4 and you like first-person shooter games where you kill demons in the game. Wolfenstein Youngblood, good game. Killing Floor 2, you do kill zombies and clowns in this game and weird creatures in the game. And it's a first-person shooter game. But going through the campaign, I think it's pretty hard, honestly. I kept getting killed. Like, there's so many swarms of zombies and other enemies in this game. Playing by yourself just isn't as much fun because you will get killed often. I recommend playing in co-op because by yourself, you're going to get your ass kicked. You really are. But it's a good first-person shooter game overall. I did like this game for what I played. But it is just hard as hell by yourself. Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time. Hell yeah, it's about time. They took forever to make this game. After the third game, back in like 2001, I think is when that game came out, Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. We got nothing for Crash Bandicoot. We got a remastered version in 2017, I believe, or 2018. 2016, somewhere around that time, 2016 to 2018, somewhere around that time, the remastered version of the first three games came out on PlayStation 4. But we didn't have a sequel to that. We finally got one in 2020, back when COVID was at a high rise. But it's a good platformer game. It's definitely one of my more family-friendly games, E10. You know, but I like it. It's a good platform game. I like the graphics. Crash Bandicoot is back. He's got a little bit of tude. He swears occasionally in the game. He says the word damn, you know, and holy crap, which is surprising because the other Crash Bandicoot games never swore. The other characters say crap and damn and hell. What the hell's going on? You know. Yeah. And it's E10 for alcohol reference, cartoon violence, comic mischief, and language in the game, which is surprising. But they don't go past the word hell or damn in the game, to be honest with you, that I remember, or the word crap. So it's pretty mild. But yeah, great game. I thought it was pretty good. Great return to Crash Bandicoot. It's nice to have a nice platformer game, more family-friendly game to play that actually is good and has merit to it. Because a lot of these E-rated games, E10 games, they don't appeal to me. The Walking Dead, A New Frontier. I got through the first level of the game, and then after that found out you gotta download the rest of the levels. I thought that was pretty stupid because the older games didn't make you do that. Why did they make you do that? It's really stupid. But besides that annoying little factor, the game is actually pretty good overall. You play as that survivor in the game. He's got his wife and his kids. Also, Clementine ends up joining you too. She doesn't really have anywhere else to go. And most of the people that she knew that were part of her team have died. They got killed by a zombie apocalypse. Kenny died too because you shoot him in the last game. And the girl that you had that was watching over you, she committed suicide. So it was basically just you left. There might have been one or two other survivors, but you don't really know where they are, you know. So you're all alone with a shotgun and you have a dog. So she ends up joining them. And as time goes on, she learns that she can trust him and the family. But of course, shit goes to hell, and someone in his family gets killed by a bunch of human beings. There's also a zombie outbreak going on, so you have to watch out for the zombies. You have to find weapons and food and other supplies, bullets for your gun, and shelters to stay away from the zombies because they're stronger at night than they are in the daytime. Overall, it's a pretty good game by the Telltale series. It's a fun game, but for a survival horror game, but it doesn't play like Resident Evil. I'll just say that it's got more decision-based type of things going on in the game, where you're given a choice to how you respond to certain people that are alive in the game, you know, and that's how it plays out in the long run in the game. So it's got a little bit of RPG elements with that factor in it, although it does not play like Dragon Age or Final Fantasy at all. It plays more like a survival horror game. It's not bad. Monster Hunter Worlds. Let's see where we're at. We're already at 32 minutes, just about. Past Cure, I think Past Cure is an underrated game that nobody really talks about in their collections. I don't even know too many people that own this game. I had to get this game on eBay because Mr. Deals and GameStop, I don't think they have this game in stock. This is not an easy game to find. I got this for $20 years ago, and now, good luck trying to get this for $20. It's gone up in price. I think this game's around a $50 game now because it's not on PlayStation Plus, and it's just hard to find for some reason. Just one of those games that's hard to find. But it's not a bad game. You start out in prison, then you eventually find your way out. Find out you have a power of teleporting, I believe. It's also a third-person shooter as well, so. And there's these demons, I think, that you have to kill in the game. And there's other humans that are trying to capture you because you're a murderer, I believe. But yeah, it's an interesting game. It's definitely underrated. I don't hear anybody talking about it. So it's definitely worth checking out if you have the money to buy it, if you have the budget to buy it. It will run you some money. Batman Arkham Knight, one of the best games on the PlayStation 4, in my opinion. It's a really great game. I like being able to drive in the Batmobile and motorcycles and shit. It's really great. Beating up the Joker and beating up bad guys on the street is a lot of fun. You know, a lot of. Sorry, my nose is itchy. A lot of open world type of things going on in the game. Overall, it's a really great game in the series. It was a nice way to wrap up the series from the other previous games. I have not beaten this game. I wanted to eventually beat this game though, but it's long, and there's a lot of stuff for you to do in this game. It'll probably take you over 100 hours to beat this game or something, or 70 hours or 80 hours, something crazy like that, you know. Excuse me, but overall it's a really good game, and I definitely recommend it if you have a PlayStation 4. And it's only a $10 to $15 game, so you have no excuses. And if you don't own a PS4, you can also pick it up on Xbox One and possibly the Nintendo Switch. Pressing, I don't have the real case. Got this last birthday because my friend Asim gave me a $30 gift card to GameStop, and I went to GameStop and I was able to get 4 games. It was a little bit over, about $37. I paid the difference. But I ended up with Scarlet Nexus, Prey, Outriders, and one other game. I found out Outriders is an online only game. You know, the guy told me that it was a campaign. He lied. But I got 4 games. Oh, The Witcher 3, that's what it was for Xbox One. I had that too. But Prey is a pretty good first-person shooter game. I've tried to play this on my PlayStation 5, but it will not play for some reason. It's stupid. There's no scratches on the disc, from what I remember. Looks clear to me. Although the light's not on, I don't have good lighting unless I turn the light on. But from what I saw, it didn't have a lot of scratches on the disc. There's a disc, by the way. It was like $10. I was hoping when I got this in the mail, because they didn't have it in the shop, that I would get the real case, but they sent me this crappy GameStop case. But the game's good. It's a first-person shooter game. It's a nice return to Prey, because there were 2 Prey games on Xbox 360. We got the first game on Xbox 360, but the second one I think got canceled. So I don't believe we got the second game. Although I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. So it's nice to see that this game was a return to Prey. For the Prey series, that is. Tales of Arise. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. Not a bad third-person shooter, first-person shooter, I mean. The campaign did seem a bit lackluster, though. It seemed more online heavy. You know, you go online, you have a lot more fun than playing the campaign. The campaign was just not amazing, in my opinion. It could have been a lot better. Plus, I got this game for free, but when the lady sold it to me, I got the original version. So I had to mention that because the disc would have said advanced version on it, advanced edition rather, but it's not. It's just the first original version, so you don't have that version of the game. Final Fantasy 15: A Realm Reborn has all the DLC on it. I need to play this game some more. I haven't played enough of it, but it's an RPG and it's actually pretty good. You know, like the levels and the environments and everything, they look gorgeous. I know I say that a lot, but a lot of PS4 games, they really do look great. Even if the game sucks a big one, the levels, they always look beautiful. So, gotta give them credit for that. Republic is a stealth game. You play as Hope in the game, and the only help that you really have is from a computer. The computer kind of guides you where to go, to watch out for certain people that are getting in your way, because if they find you, they'll just capture you and bring you back to your cell. So you're trying to escape this asylum, get the hell out of there, and your only means of help is a phone, cell phone, and the help of a computer. You can also punch in the game too. But other than that, that's basically all you got. I think you later on do get a gun in this game that you can use. The computer finds a way to send you a gun with some bullets, so that helps too. But it takes a while for you to get where you need to be. But I liked it. I thought it was pretty interesting. An interesting concept. Reminded me of Sam Fisher, Splinter Cell, except that you're playing with as a girl instead of a guy. Did I show the back? I don't think I did. There you go. Generation Zero is a very frustrating first-person shooter game. I mean, I tried to get far in this game, but I couldn't. I'm playing as this guy in the game, and I'm going through the level, trying to make it to this church, and then get past the church. I made it to the church, but I died several times trying to get to the church. Eventually, I got there and got a shotgun, got some ammo, and whatever else I needed. I did save at the church, but for some stupid reason, the game didn't save my progress at that point, which sucked. And I had to start from the very beginning of the level. There are specific save checkpoints in this game, but if you don't make it to that save point, you die by a bunch of robots killing you. You go all the way back to the beginning of the level. That pissed me off. That really pissed me off. Made me rage quit. I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm fucking done. This is bullshit. I eventually got past the church and made it through the fields with all the grass and stuff. I kept pulling up the map to try and make it through. Got to this area where there was a barn, a bunch of cows, and a bunch of robots just came swarming in. Trying to kill them, but my health was low and I died. Well, I tried about 5 times to get past that part, and I could not get past that part. So I eventually just gave up and quit. I've seen gameplay on this, and later on you do have help from two other people in this game. So I would like to get further in the game and see the rest of the game because it did interest me, it did intrigue me. But the fact that it doesn't have very many save points in the game just adds to the frustration of this first-person shooter game. But it did look interesting from what I played. It did seem like an interesting game. Atari Flashback Volume 2. It's a decent game for an E-rated game. One of the few E-rated games I have on PlayStation 4. You get a bunch of Atari games on the PlayStation 4. You get over like 30 or 40 games, I believe, on here. Some of the games hold up well and others don't hold up well. It is nice that Asteroid is on here, because Asteroid is my favorite Atari game. You get Adventure, you get Sequest, I believe. You get Cannon Bomber. You get that Crystal Castles game. You get a couple of sport games here. You get Combat. You get some other games too. Overall, it's a decent collection. They made 3 of them on the PlayStation 4, and they made another version on the PlayStation 4 and 5. And there's another version. There's actually 2 other games: Atari Anthology and Atari Activision Anthology. Sorry. Those were Atari games put on a PS2 disc. So you can get any of those and that would be enough. But yeah, I don't have the first or the third part of this PS4 compilation disc. But overall, I thought it was a decent game. But some of the games do suck on this game. They do not hold up well. Wreck Fest. I know the audio is going to probably think that I said breakfast. I didn't say breakfast, I said wreck. WRECKFEST. So I'm just putting it that way, so the audio is going to screw that up. This is a combination of Need for Speed meets Destruction Derby. We'll say that. And I thought it was a pretty good game overall. There's this one track that I stayed on for like more than 5 minutes. Like 30 minutes, because it was just so much fun going around the track, driving and stuff. It was a good game, pretty fun game overall for a racing game. It focused more on the arcade style of gameplay, and it does have some combat in it where you crash into the cars and stuff, which added to the fun factor of this racing game. So overall, I liked it. I thought it was a pretty good game. It's also available on PlayStation 5. They made a remastered version on PlayStation 5. Zombie Army 4 Dead War actually won this game because on OGP's live streams, I was on the Wheel of Doom and I won twice on the show. And once I won a $60 Amazon gift card and I used it to get this game and a pair of shoes. Although with the shoes, I think I had to pay $20 because I only had a $6 gift card. It was a little bit more than that, about $80. But I did get this game and I played it. It's a third-person shooter game. You play as a survivor in the game. You go around killing zombies in the game. There are certain areas that you have to lock off and secure as well. And there's some mission-based objectives in the game. There are a few survivors here and there that you come across and talk to a bit. But overall, it's just you in the game. Unless you're playing co-op mode, then there might be a second player that joins you in the game. A girl and a guy. You play as a girl mainly in this game. But it's a pretty good game. I liked it overall. You do get to snipe in this game, which is pretty cool as well. It's available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. And the trilogy version, which has the first 3 games, is also available. I don't own that one, but I do own this one. I thought it was pretty good overall. I got far in the game, but I never beat it. WWE 2K18. I hated this game. First guy I went to battle in this game whooped my ass, and I tried several times to beat him, but I just don't like the combination of buttons that I had to press, the button mashing. It's a monotonous button masher for a wrestling game. There are other modes in the game, Steel Cage match, TLC match, and others, but whatever match I did, I just kept getting my butt kicked, Just wasn't Very good at this game. And they focus more on the realism in the game versus the fun gameplay of the SmackDown versus Raw game. So I don't think that this franchise is as good as they used to be. The wrestling games used to be a lot more fun. Not as much anymore though with the WWE 2K series. They're garbage. I agree with Jack Goldkick when he said that they were garbage. They are garbage. This is garbage. Hang on, I'm just moving the stacks around here. We're almost there. We're almost done. Wow, we're at 45 minutes, so I know this video is going to be at least an hour. Horizon Zero Dawn, very good gameplay, is Aloy in the game. It does have some RPG elements. I consider it an action RPG / adventure game. You get to kill those giant monsters in the game. Your father ends up dying in the game. Later on, it's just you, Aloy. And Aloy is an interesting character. The graphics are really great in the game. The environments is beautiful, looks great. Grass looks real. It does have a little bit of stealth elements because you do hide in grass at times to avoid the monsters in the game. You do kill them and everything. I liked it. I thought it was a pretty good game. Definitely worth checking out if you have a PlayStation 4. The sequel's on PlayStation 5, and I think it's also available on PlayStation 4. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Picked this up at Mr. Deals. They only have one copy left, and this was the only copy they had left, so I decided to take it. I got it in the trade, so I didn't pay anything for it, even though it was 15 bucks. I'll show you the disc. There it is. Tomb Raider happens to be one of my favorite games of all time. I just like the gameplay. I like the style of it. I like the exploring of the tombs. I like the environments. Lara Croft is a very interesting character. Nathan Drake is also a very interesting character for the Uncharted series. I don't know, I think they're interesting games. I really like the gameplay and the way they play out. The story modes are very good, the storyline. There was these evil guys in the game, you know. I forget what they called themselves in the game. Division or something? Division? I could be wrong. I'm forgetting the name of them. But yeah, she eventually does end up working with another guy in the game. There's a lot of like things that you do like with the rope, and there's that pickaxe that you use to climb up shit. You know, climb up icy walls and things like that. You also have environments that you explore. It's good. I like it. Really good action adventure game / third person shooter game. I never beat that game though. I got far, but I never beat it. Fallout 4 is a great RPG game with some shooting elements in the game. Some people consider it a first person shooter, but it's really both. But it's a massive world in this game. It's a lot bigger than the third game. But overall, it's a really great game. It's definitely worth checking out if you have a PlayStation 4. It's dirt cheap. It's only about $7 at GameStop currently, and it's no excuse not to pick this game up because it's a full game, it's a retail game, and it plays very well. So if you like RPG games or first-person shooter games, this will be up your alley. It combines both games pretty well. Stacks are getting too high. Don't want to pile them too high because it'll fall over. G.I. Joe Operation Blackout. The Last of Us Part 2. One of the most disappointing games of all time. Very disappointed in this game. Because Joel dies like 30 minutes after playing the game. You and his brother and Ellie saved this miserable bitch named Abby in the game from a bunch of zombies and infected creatures in the game. She turned around, she just kills you. Wow, that's pretty messed up. Yeah, I didn't like Abby. I think Abby sucked in this game. Um, it is nice that you can beat these up zombies. I call them zombies. Some people wouldn't call them zombies. They don't look like zombies. They were called clickers in the game. They were infected people, basically. But the graphics look nice. The gameplay is nice, but the storyline in the game is garbage. It's complete garbage. Driving or riding around on the horse and finding ammunition and stealth stuff, that works well. The graphics do look good too. So it isn't like the worst game I ever played, but it's definitely not more than a 5 or 6 out of 10. It's not as good as the first game. The first game was so good because it was very impactful and really immersed you in the gameplay. The bond between Ellie and Joel really worked well. You know, it's a shame that the sequel was not as good as the first one. And I bet you Naughty Dog's thinking about a third game in 2027 or 2028, where it's just Ellie and her friend, a lady friend. What happens if Ellie dies? How are they going to continue the franchise if Ellie dies? It's going to be sucky. It's going to suck. It's going to suck even more than this game. So, disappointing. Could have been a lot better. Persona 5. Rise of the Tomb Raider, sorry. Shadows of the Tomb Raider. I never played it because I never beat Rise of the Tomb Raider. I still have to beat that game. Black Sad, Under the Skin. This was a pretty good detective game. It's got like a cartoony style to it, although it's not a kid's game. It's rated M for mature. So don't be fooled by that, parents, because there is blood, violence, intense violence, sexual themes, and strong language is the reason for the M rating. So it's not a kid's game. I have the special edition version of it. It comes with this sleeve, and it also comes with these cards. Which is pretty cool. Oh, I don't have that. Oh wait, no. I do have that one. Sorry. This is the detective, John Blacksad. He's the main character in the game. There's the game itself. Sorry, whoops. Dropping stuff. Dropping the cards. But yeah, like I said, it's a special edition version of it. It's a pretty good detective game. I like it. I thought it was good. I didn't get very far in it because there's a lot of puzzle solving that you got to do in the game because you're a detective. I will say though, there are certain characters that you bump into that want to beat you up for looking through their stuff. You know, they don't like you looking through your stuff. This guy, Jake, he's kind of a friend, but at the same time, you know, I don't know, I'd say more of an acquaintance. But this guy, for instance, there is one part in the game where I went snooping in his locker room and he caught me. And he like grabbed me by the throat, pinned me up against the wall. I said, John, what the hell are you doing? Why are you snooping around? And he said, you know, you have to give him an answer within like 10 seconds. You know, I just answered, I'm a detective. You know what I mean? Things like that. There is also this bum that you gotta like buy soda and a burger for him to give you information. So you end up going to a diner just to get information to solve a case. There's people that come to you wanting you to help them, or them coming to you asking for your help. And he said, okay, I will find these people for you, and then after that, you can pay me. They want to pay you up front, but he tells them, you know, let me take care of this first, and then after I solve the murder, or who did what, who stole this, or did that, or whatever it is, whatever kind of crime it is, then you can pay me. You know, one of those type of things. But there are certain things that you do, like I said with the bomb. and other characters in the game. So it's not one of those games you can rush through. It's not a first-person shooter. Might be a few combat things in the game, and you do get a gun to defend yourself. But overall, it's not really a first-person shooter. It's more of a detective, adventure, puzzle-solving type of game, and I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Borderlands 3, good first-person shooter game. Picked that up a few years ago at Pastime Legends when they were on Lark Street for 15. Actually, I got it for half off. Sorry, I said 15, but I got it for half off because it was a two-player game. And Valentine's Day, they had a 50% off for games that were two players. Even though at the time I didn't have a girlfriend. Battlefield 1, you can literally get this game, I think, for free on PlayStation Plus. But if you're a collector like me and you want the game, you can get it for about $3 at GameStop. Not bad for $3. Get a full game, first-person shooter. Not bad. Not a bad deal at all. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. Pretty good game. I remember the first level, the game start out in a wheelchair, trying to escape an area. You got your leg up like this, like that. And you're roaming around, and you got like a gun, machine gun in your lap to shoot the people in the area. That was interesting, how they started out the game. Yeah, it's a pretty good military shooter game. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good overall. Worth checking out. Life is Strange, very good game. It's a game where you play as Max Caulfield, and you and your friend Chloe are looking for one of your missing friends, Amanda or something, Miranda. Excuse me, and that's what you do. She also gets a power in her hands to reverse time, to change the future. You know, I liked it. I thought it was a really good game. It's one of the best games on PlayStation 4 that you could get. Love the storyline in the game. Love the decision making. It was a really great game overall. And it does focus on school. It does have some school aspects in the game, but not 100% centered on school. But pretty cool. I like it. I dig it. There were a few sequels to that game as well. Before the Storm and True Colors, and I think one other game. Tekken 7, pretty good fighting game. Tekken franchise has been amazing ever since they started. Great game, great fighting game. I love playing as King. King's my favorite character. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, great game, great third-person shooter game with some adventure elements. Although you're not playing as Nathan Drake in this game, they changed it up where you're playing as Chloe and Nadine. You switch between the two. But it's a really good game. I like it. You steal stuff in the game, get treasure. The same stuff that you do in the other Uncharted games you do in this as well. Really fun game. I like the graphics too. The graphics are great. World War Z is a great game overall. It's a good licensed game. There was a little bit of lag in the game from what I noticed with the zombies like staggering towards you. You're a team of 4 in the game, and in the campaign you're working together to kill the zombies, and you set up these turrets on the ground, and once the zombies come through, kind of help you out. You also can plant bombs on the ground and blow up zombies. You also got to watch out for the zombies that throw up on you, because they really do hurt you. It had a cool effect of the zombies actually going up a building. They're kind of like climbing over each other to try and get to where you guys were. That was a pretty interesting effect for a PlayStation 4 game to have like hundreds of zombies just climbing up on top of each other just to get on top of a platform. Interesting that they were able to put that in the game and it didn't have a lot of lag. Although I do wish that the campaign was a bit longer. It's only 3 levels, but they split it into 3 parts in the game. But overall, it's a pretty nice game overall. I thought it was a good third-person shooter game. You can get it on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or Nintendo Switch. Whatever platform you get it on, it plays well. So it's a good licensed game overall. Metro Exodus, great first-person shooter game. Also available on PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and I think the Nintendo Switch. Gravity Rush 2, great game, good sequel. The only thing that they screwed up on is they didn't put the sequel on the PlayStation Vita. They should have put it on the PlayStation Vita because the first game was on the PlayStation Vita. It's a game where you play as Cat, you go through the levels, flying through the air and doing tricks and stuff, but it also has a gameplay of finding things and doing mission-based objectives in the game. It's a great game overall, and I definitely recommend it. I like the environments, I like the art style of the game. It's perfect for anyone that's a fan of anime characters, because this girl is an anime character in the game. And it's a great game. It's a really fun game. It continues the story of the first game. It's not a cheap game though. I had to pay about 40 or 50 bucks for this game. It's crazy though, because at one point GameStop was selling this for $17.99. Not anymore. GameStop jacked the price up once they saw it on eBay for 40, 50, 60 bucks. They jacked it up. So be prepared to pay that for this game, because it is not a cheap game. And not as easy to find either. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, great game. Next up, I have Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 3 Remake, and Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. I gotta say, I like Resident Evil 2 Remake. I thought it was pretty good for a remake. It does have similar gameplay of the original Resident Evil 2 for N64, PlayStation 1, Nintendo GameCube, and Sega Dreamcast. But it doesn't have those annoying tank controls in the game, because you can change that in the option to play regular controls. Gameplay is good. It's a great survival horror game. I remember the level where I had to climb down the ladders and there's like 3 zombies in that level. You're in like some book library, I think. Yeah, it was a library. So all those books and shit that were there. Yeah. Definitely has some scary moments in the game. What was also scary in the beginning of the game, when you're in this like area in the beginning of the game, there's all those zombies roaming around, infected cops. And again, you're looking for stuff. You get a few herbs, you get a gun, you get some weapons. But you get cornered in this area in the beginning of the game where the door pops open and a zombie comes through. You only had like 3 bullets. You know, barely had any bullets. I had no choice at that point to get bitten by that zombie. Thank God you're able to take a few hits before you die. If it was only 1 hit, 1 kill, I would have died. But I shoot the zombie and I used all my bullets in that spot. And I had no choice but to bypass him, but get bitten in the process of trying to get past him. There was nothing I could do. I didn't have enough bullets to kill that zombie. And that sort of made my getaway. And I eventually got out. I had to crawl underneath this this garage door. And thankfully there was a guy that helped pull me out. Otherwise I probably would have gotten eaten alive. One of the other characters. There was another guy we tried to save, but the zombies got him. And his body was dismembered. There was only half of him. And then I shot him in the head. I said, "I'm sorry, brother." I had no choice. Half of his body was dismembered and he was basically a goner as it is. But very scary game, but good remake. And the third game's just as good as well, but Nemesis is a pain in the ass to kill. You know, it takes forever to kill that guy. God, it's so hard. Never got far in it, not too far at least. And Resident Evil 7 really got scary, really scary. Because Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 6 were not very scary games at all. So this game really brought it back to its roots and made it a survival horror game. You play as Ethan in the game, and you go searching for your girlfriend. Little do you know that your girlfriend has been manipulated, and the Baker family made her one of their own so she could stay alive, but she became really freaky and murderous. You know, had to kind of kill the demon in her out of her. You know, really freaky game, freaky environments. You know, bugs in food and going in refrigerators and finding this nasty stale food that's been there for like probably a year or so. And there's just all these parts in the game that there was a bad guy, you know, with a chainsaw and things like that. Really freaky game. Really scary. Alright, moving on. We're almost done. We're at about an hour here. We're over an hour actually. Sherlock Holmes, the Devil's Daughter. Gotta finish this up because I gotta use the bathroom. Sniper Elite 3. Good sniping game. It actually does show the bullet effects when you kill a soldier. You can actually see the bullet go through its brain and blood splatter, which is crazy. So when this game came out, people were mind blown and starstruck by this game for what it did for third-person military shooters. Another copy of Infamous Second Son. Like I said, I have a few doubles. Wolfenstein: A New Order and The Old Blood, both very good games. The Old Blood crashed on me at one point when I was playing PS4. And then when I tried to pop it back in, it kept ejecting the disc. Weird. You know, I got to the one part in the game where I couldn't get past it though. It was very hard. This part too, or this game I mean, was also very frustrating too. The part with the robots and stuff, that was impossible to get past. Just was ridiculously hard. Couldn't believe it. This game is also available on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, by the way. As for the Old Blood, they never put it on the older consoles. It's only on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Both really good games, but they got really hard as time went on. Good Nazi zombie games. Agatha Christie, The ABC Murders, thought this was a good detective game. You find out it's a puzzle-solving game where you find out who did what and what the murder weapon was and how that person was killed. You know, it's a point-and-click adventure type of game. It's a good game overall. I thought it was enjoyable. It also helps that I'm an Agatha Christie fan. If I wasn't, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed this game. But since I am a fan, I did enjoy this game. I thought it was interesting. I like the puzzle-solving in the game too. Thought that game was even better than the ones on the Wii. Evil Under the Sun and Then There Were None. Justice 2 was a great fighting game. I love this game. I beat it. Beat the campaign. Really fun. Good game to play with your friends when you had friends over like Joseph or Kyle, my friends. Or your friends maybe. Play Injustice 2. I like playing with Batman, of course. I had the first UFC game. Not bad. Days Gone, another zombie game. Fallout 4. Not as good as the older ones. Fallout 1 and 2 were much better games, and the one on the Wii is actually pretty good. I know there's also Total Carnage for Xbox 360. I never played that one. And I heard the third game was a piece of shit game for PC. I heard it sucked. This one's okay, but it isn't a great game overall compared to the first two. The first two were much better for racing games. This one tried to add like mini games and things in the game that's not really flat out. You know what I mean? We don't want mini games in it. If I wanted mini games to be playing Mario Party, not this shit. You know, stick to the formula roots. Come on. It's supposed to be a racing game. And a racing game only. None of that other tagged on crap that's added into the game to make it better when it really doesn't. The last game I have is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, and I haven't played very much of it. But it was okay for what I played. It was an alright third-person shooter game. Some of the mission-based objectives in the game were a bit annoying, though. Alright, and that's it. Those are all my games. It's my PlayStation 4 collection. Oh, I do also have Street, the game, that racing game. I have that too. Um, and I also have Mortal Kombat X. I have that as well. And somewhere in my room I have Soul Calibur 6. I have that as well. I think I have one or two other games somewhere. I'm not sure where they are. Oh wait, I see them right here. Hold on a second. Let me just show you. Rage 2. Ratchet and Clank. The reboot, I think. I think that's what it is. And Mortal Kombat X. And those are all my PlayStation 4 games. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. When you see this video, it'll be out in August. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this. This is my updated PlayStation 4 collection. Yeah, thanks for watching. God bless you. And also, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It will help me out greatly to get to 400 subscribers. Be sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see more gaming videos. I also upload videos about religion, music, movies, and I also do gameplay videos. And I do comic book related videos as well. Subscribing to the channel and watching my videos and giving me more views on my videos would actually help me out greatly, and I do appreciate you if you do that. So be sure to subscribe, people. Subscribe to my channel to help me out, support me. God bless you all, and thank you for watching, and take care. Larry the Batman fan signing off.